In this video, we're going to work with quantitative reasoning around triangles. The same 7 steps apply. First, we'll read the entire question. Second, we'll draw a picture or diagram. Third, we'll assign a variable to the unknown. Next, we'll translate to an equation. Then we'll solve the equation. It's always important to check the answer within the original wording to make sure it makes sense, and then state the answer clearly. You'll always want to make sure that you're using appropriate units. Quantitative reasoning will continue to apply with all types of applications. However, each type of situation may require specific knowledge, and in this case, it's triangles. We have a unique situation with triangles in that the sum of the angles in a triangle always equal 180 degrees. In example 1, a triangle's second angle is twice the first, and the third angle is 20 less than twice the first. What are the angles of the triangle? We always want to draw a triangle. It doesn't have to be to scale, but you want to always label the corners with first, second, and third angles. So these represent the angles once you've found what they are. The other thing about these types of questions is that they're always going to relate to a specific angle. So notice that the second angle is twice the first, and the third angle is 20 less than twice the first. So they're comparing to the first angle. So when I list out first, second, and third angles, I can take the information and say first is X because that was what each one is comparing to. That's my unknown. So the first angle is unknown X. The second angle is like an equals 2 times the first. So 2X. And the third angle equals 20 less, so minus 20 less than twice the first. So we're going to have 2 times the first minus 20 for the third angle. Since I know that the sum of the 3 angles equal 180, I can rewrite this as X plus 2X plus 2X minus 20 is equal to 180. Now I'll combine like terms, and that will be 5X minus 20 equals 180. I can add 20 to both sides. Now I have 5X equals 200. Divide by 5 on both sides to get X is equal to 40. Now remember, these are in degrees, so our X equals 40 degrees is our first angle. Now I'm going to go ahead and recolor code these so we can keep track of what we found. The first angle is 40 degrees, therefore the second angle is 80 degrees, and the third angle is 80 degrees minus 20, or 60 degrees. So we can label these 40 degrees, 80 degrees, and 60 degrees. I need to check to make sure that my answer makes sense. So if I sum this up, 40 plus 60 is 100, and then 80 more gives me 180 degrees. So this actually does make sense. Let's take a look at example 2. A triangle's third angle is 5 less than 3 times the second, and the first is 15 more than the second. What are the angles of the triangle? We need to compare the two statements and what they are referencing. So The third angle is 5 less than 3 times the second, and the first is 15 more than the second. So our unknown is the second angle. I also need to draw a picture. This is once again a triangle, and I'll label first, second, and third angles. The first, we don't know yet. The second is our unknown x, and the third we need to write out as well. So it says the angle's third angle equals 5 less, so minus 5, less than 3 times the second, so plus 3 times the second. So that's the third, so we could write it as 3x minus 5. And just remember, this is all about English. Sometimes English doesn't read in the same order that you would write the math, but if you're subtracting 5 degrees from 3 times the second, then that makes sense. For the first, it says it's 15 more than the second, so x plus 15. And now we have our 3 angles with respect to the unknown variable, and so we can now write an equation. X plus 15 plus x plus 3x minus 5 equals 180. Now we can combine like terms. So we have x plus 3x, so 5x. 15 minus 5 is 10, and that's equal to 180 degrees. We're going to subtract 10 from both sides. This gives me 5x is equal to 170. Now if I divide by 5 on both sides, I get x is equal to 34 degrees. So now I'll change my colors here. X is equal to 34 degrees. X is my second angle, so this is 34 degrees. Now I need to find x plus 15. So 34 plus 15 would be 49 degrees. So that's my first angle, so this is 49 degrees. And now my last angle, the third angle, is 3 times 34 minus 5, which should come out to 97 degrees. Now clearly this is not a sketch to scale, but it does allow me to organize my thought. Now I can double check that these sum to 180. 9 plus 4 is 13, plus 7 is 20, carry the 2, 4 plus 2 is 6, 7, 8, 9, plus 9 is 18. So this does indeed add to 180, so we've checked our work and we're good to go.